Hey guys, what's up? It's Datfrogaming here, and we are going to go over how to get free FIFA coins. Yay! Okay, so to start off, I'm going to mention two things. Check out the links in the description below. There will be one for free games and one for cheap games. Check out both of them and sign up. I'd highly recommend it. You can get great deals on Steam games and even games from other places. It is amazing, especially the one with cheap games. They are so much cheaper. It is so nice. I mean, you really never have to pay full price for a game yet. Now, second off, you do need a root, which is a huge frowny face for this, but I do have my Samsung S-3 rooted, so that's what I'm using today. And if you notice, the background says Pizza Calculator. That is actually an application I've been working on. So you're going to need a few things. To start off with, you're going to need Gamekiller, which you see there, and then FIFA Ultimate Team. Now, what I'm using to record my phone screen is a little bit laggy, so I will tell you guys every little bit that I'm clicking on. So in the link in the description, you will find a link to gamekiller. The reason I'm doing this is because if you just search it on Google, you will not come up with this version. You might come up with other versions, but they probably won't work the same way. And this one does work. So first thing you want to do once you have gamekiller downloaded is you just want to open it. And it'll say that you get super user access, which is nice, and then you'll come up to this screen. And it should say rooted if you're rooted. Now this is all great, so you can just hit the back button in the bottom of your Galaxy screen, or in the very top right hand corner you'll see a little arrow pointing downwards. If you just click on that, voila, it'll disappear, and then you'll get this icon here. Okay, you should see this. I'm sorry once again if it is super laggy. You just want to kind of keep that on the side. Now with that open, you want to open up FIFA. Sorry if this is taking a little bit. And FIFA should open. Yeah. Now that we have FIFA open, load. Might take a couple seconds. Now this form of hacking really, sorry guys, my volume was on. Really only works by making sure you're guaranteed to win every single game, and then you automatically get 500 coins from that game. You'll see what we do in order to make this happen, and you'd think, oh wow, can't you just do that with regular coins? Well, yes, you can, but because the server actually syncs not extremely quickly, but it syncs fairly often with your coin purchases, especially with your coin purchases, and they have their own online server data of what you've been purchasing. It sadly does not work because it updates with the server, and your client version says you have 1,000,000 coins and their server version says you have 100 coins, and that just doesn't work out. So then it'll give you an error and you have to restart FIFA. So now we are at the title screen of FIFA. Now something I would recommend doing is once you get into the title screen is you actually want to make sure you have a bronze team. Now, other people have made these videos, and what they did is they completely restarted all their data, but that is actually unnecessary, I found out, and I will show you why. But I'll show, as you guys can see, I'm using a bronze team, but you will also need a good gold team. Now, I just prefer gold. Really, you just need a team that can at least score 3 goals, which honestly is not that hard, but I use my gold team because it is so much easier. Now, once again, I apologize for everything being so laggy. Because my phone is rooted, I'm unable to use some of the standard applications that would be used for recording. So I have this set up so that way it's recording off of my computer, and I'm using some third-party app to do that, which honestly is just not the best. But hey, it works. I'm showing you guys. So we have our squad selected. This is my squad. I know my chemistry is probably horrible. It's probably, none of my squad stuff is probably nearly as good as yours. But I do have 63,000 coins, and that's actually only from 2 to 3 days of playing and quick simming. So now you're going to want to hit play, and we're going to go quick match. Now you're going to want to choose a team to go against that you can almost guarantee you're going to get tons of points going against. So I'm gonna probably choose a 2.5 star team if I can. It might not let me. Oh, there we go. A 2.5 star team against my grueling 4.5 star team. Now we're going to want to hit the check mark. And we are going to want to pretty much act like we're quick simming this game. Everything you've done so far should just be normal FIFA gameplay where we have not used Game Killer at all. Now you're going to want to click on Quick Simulation. You don't want to just play the match. Although I believe it should still work if you do play the match. Someone can play around with that. It's up to you guys. Honestly, this is really just a quick sim kind of cheat. And then you'll kind of be in the match. Now, to make this go fast, what you're going to want to do is put your effort on high and make sure that your little, I guess it's a boost, a power up, a perk, whatever is on goal scoring. And you pretty much want to play FIFA until you get at least one goal. Here we go. This was actually pretty quick. I'm a little bit surprised. Hopefully he scores and doesn't miss. There we go. We have a golazo. First one of the match within 5 minutes. Now it doesn't matter what time frame you score these 3 goals in. Just make sure you get in 3 for more guaranteed success. Now you want to wait until your score equals 1 up there. Okay, my score has just equaled 1, so then I want to click on the Game Killer icon. Now, okay, here's what you need to do, is you want to click search, you want to type in 1, and you want to click the search, the little magnifying glass, and then when you come to this screen, you want to click auto identify, and it'll search for entities / variables / whatever you want to call them. And it should come up with an unreasonable amount of numbers. That is totally fine. Sorry. That shouldn't have been there. Anyways, now as you see, we have 1 goal, and that's what I was talking about, that kind of upper mid, a little bit to the left-hand corner. You want to wait till that equals 1 to do that thing in Game Killer. Now you want to resume the match. Game Killer will be kind of working in the background. Wow. Okay. Now, I almost never get goals this fast, but I believe it's because I'm going against such a terrible team. Not saying my team's any better. Now that we've reached 2, go back into Game Killer. Click on that icon there. And now you want to just search 2. Type in 2. Click search the exact same way you searched for 1. Okay, yeah, so this should be what you see at 2. And it'll take a sec. We'll kind of get you back in, and every time it should pause your game to do this, and I will explain what's going on a little bit later in the video. Now we just have to wait till we get 3 goals. Now we did find quite a few items once we reached 2 goals, so I might be a little bit skeptical, and depending on how many items we find at 3 goals, we may even go till 4. Like 95% of the time, 3 goals always works, at least for what I've done in the past. Actually, 100% of the time, 3 goals has worked. But we are finding an unusual amount of items. The number of items you find should almost stay constant every time you do this. Not super constant, but within about 5 or 10. At least once you have the more refined searches that, oh, we're off target. Dang. You just have to get 3 goals by the end of the match, not by halftime, so don't even worry about time, just as long as you're scoring those goals. Oh, I really want to get this over with. Alright, here's for 3, hopefully. Christian, can you? Yes, you can. There we go. There's our 3 goals. And again, you want to wait till our goal number equals 3. Goal. Yay, whatever. 3. Now we're going to click on Game Killer icon again in the bottom left-hand corner. Now we're going to go up here, and now we're going to type in 3 because we just scored our 3rd goal. We're going to search for that, and we're going to come up with 7 now. Now, what you want to do is you want to go to the very, very bottom one, the 7th one, because it always seems to work, and you just want to set the value of this to 10. Now, technically any number works, even the really high ones. This is going to be setting the amount of goals you will be receiving, but I would not recommend setting it exponentially high because then sometimes it gets a little buggy, the numbers don't show up correctly, and no one's really going to score 10 goals on you. And also, on top of that, coins don't actually get offered for more than just a few goals. So then you just want to hit OK. You're not going to do anything else. And then you're going to go back into FIFA. You're going to hit resume. You're just kind of let the game play out. Maybe set your stuff back to medium.
And voila, there you go. You should have 10 goals. Now what you want to do is, it is just setting these goals to 10 temporarily now, so you want to go back into gamekiller. In just a second. Yep, okay, so back into the gamekiller, and you want to scroll all the way down. You want to find, it should, I think, say 11 now, because we scored 1 goal. And you want to choose the operation to modify and lock, so this will always set your goals to 10. And you want to rename it something you know. Now renaming it is not necessarily important, because sadly all this stuff gets shut off as soon as the app is closed. So I'll just name it goal 10 and go next, and then set it. It was changed to 11, so I'll just change it back to 10. Why not? So it's at 10 now. Hit done, and you can find, hit OK. Then you can find everything that you set in the little file icon right underneath the keyboard icon. If you see that in gamekiller, kind of bottom right handish corner. If you click on that, here we go, goal 10, value set to 10. Then we'll go back into FIFA here, and it worked. So now you just have to put your effort back on low is what I usually do, so that way I'm not wasting my players' energy, and then you pretty much just play out the game in quick sim. Now if you do score goals, it'll go up, but then it will get changed back down to 10 because you locked it at 10. You weren't just modifying it and setting it to 10, you were locking it at 10. Now you might think, oh, why don't I do this with time? There are actually quite a few variables that are affecting time. There's variables within simulation, there's variables within match events, actually a few in match events, and it actually ends up being about 50 different places that time is changed, so you can't really do that with time. And you'll think, oh, why don't I do this with coins as well? Okay, so yeah, here's match events. Sorry it wasn't loading there, but why can't I do this with coins as well? Because coins are actually synced with the server every time you purchase something. So your client data will say, I have 100,000 coins, when their server data will say, no, you have 1,000. So then it'll give you an error and you reload FIFA. But here it actually does not sync every goal you get when you score. So this works, and then it gives you the 500 coins at the end of the match. And you think, well, why don't you change the 500 coins at the end of map to being 1,000 coins? Well, I've tried that too, actually, and that doesn't work either because I'm pretty sure it's synced in the loading screen. So you'd have to individually change your stats to somehow equal 1,000 coins, which would be pretty hard because a lot of them have dual expressions just for that one statistic. So I'm just going to speed through the very end of this quick sim, get you guys to the end, and show you guys that it works on another game. Okay, so as you can see, we finished the match, we got the maximum number of coins possible, and everything worked out great. So now what you want to do is, what you can do at least, is you can hit the check mark, you can go back, and what you are going to want to do is, at the very beginning I said you want to have 2 teams, you want to have a bronze and a gold team. I'd recommend now switching back to your bronze team. As crappy as they may be, they will always win now, because they will always get 10 goals. Now to prove this works, yet again in another match, we'll go into my seasons, and I'll quickly start up another quick sim. And that's pretty much it for this video. I'll let you guys watch that quick sim way sped up if you want, but you know, it's up to you. If this worked for you, please leave a like and subscribe. FIFA tutorials are usually not what I do on this channel, but I mean, it's kind of a fun little hack, and I kind of like that stuff. I've done some other hack videos, So anyways, like and subscribe if this helped you. I'm sorry that you do have to have a root in order to make it work, but you can root your phone pretty easily nowadays. Alright, so we're joining the quick sim. See here, within the first 5 or 10 in-game minutes, always set your effort to low as well. Oh, there we go. 10 goals. Worked perfectly. So that's it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one.